What's up, Strava users and KOMers? We're back with another video. This one's going to be in Riverside, California. Not far from the downtown area. This is actually bordering the UCR campus. So this segment that we're doing today is Watkins, Canyon to Crest Central. And so if you saw that little street that I just passed, that was the start of the segment, which is Canyon. So let's go ahead and take a look at our leaderboard. Our KOM is for Andrew Lippert, and he did this segment in 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Now the segment's a little over 2 miles long and has an average gradient of just over 2%. So it is a climb the entire way, although you've got some flatter sections, and the grade usually doesn't get above 4 or 5% for most of the way, but there is, I think, a 6 or 7%. Now, I looked up Andrew Lippert's segment there, and it didn't look like he was riding with power, but Strava estimated his power to be, I think it was 408 watts. So that's pretty dang hard for 6 minutes straight. So very impressive, Andrew. If you happen to see this video, then give us a comment and let us know what you think of the segment. Actually, I know that you were pretty happy with the segment because you named your ride that day, "Hello Watkins, my old friend." So definitely deserving, you crushed that. So very impressive. We'd love to hear from you. Now you probably saw that I sped up the video there for quite a bit of it, and it is a long segment, and that was just the more flat part of it, so I just sped it up during that, and then as soon as I got to the real start of the climb, then that's when I took the speed back to normal. So that's been going on for just a little bit, and you can see that I'm climbing up this hill right here at 7%. So my watts were averaging around 200, 250 for a lot of the start of this segment, and now they're up in the 300s, and I think I'm going to be keeping 300 to 400 on the steeper parts of the climb, and then there are a few more plateaus that will level out just a little bit, and so my watts will go down a little bit there as I recover and prep for the next big section. And there was one bad part. I did get a red light, and so at Blaine Street, Watkins and Blaine, I usually don't get that green. So I was at that red light for almost 20 seconds. I think I counted 18 to 19 seconds on the clock, and so I mean, you can't take that off the Strava segment. It is what it is, but I use that as in perspective when I'm thinking about my actual performance. Also, I wanted to point out that this is a pretty regular ride for me, so I've done this section a whole lot of times. Often I'm not trying to PR it, often it's part of a bigger ride, so I'm just going through the motions to get up it. But this time I'm hitting this segment pretty hard, trying to go for the PR. On my earlier attempts of this PR, when I first started doing this segment, then I would often burn out too early in the segment and then get to this climb and not be able to finish strong. So I try to conserve my energy at the beginning of the segment by keeping in the 200 range as far as watts go. That way I could give it all I got on the steep sections. So we got an e-biker up here. This is a nice little sight. You're gonna see a little dog in the backpack. So that's a fun little thing to come across. Got to squeeze by without getting too far into traffic because this is a busy road. There are a lot of cars that come through here, but for the most part, if you stay in the bike lane, then I've never had any trouble with any cars. Alright, we're coming up on a flat here in just a second, so I'm going to go ahead and speed up this video. We're actually at 5% right now, which is pretty good, but I'm going to speed up the video just a little bit so we can get to the last section. So here we go. And you can still look at the data that I've got there on the side. It's still pretty interesting. Alright, so here's the last hillish climb, or last steeper section of the climb, and you can see that I'm in the 300 range. Looks like I'm out of the saddle right now, so I'm back up into the 400 range. 450-ish. It's a 6% grade right here, so I actually had a little bit left in the tank. Now I'm in the 500 watt range. My beats per minute 173. So I'm actually pushing pretty hard, trying to finish strong. I probably saved a little bit too much. And the end of the segment is right at the freeway entrance, right here. So there we have it. There's my stats. I did it in 9 minutes and 20 seconds. That is a new PR for me by just a little bit more than 30 seconds. I think it's 33 seconds off my previous time. But we did have that red light that I stopped at, which cost me about 20 seconds. So I'm looking to break the 8 minute, break the barrier into the 8 minute range. So I think that'll be a good goal for me, and I think I definitely have got the legs for it, but just didn't get it this time. But still got the PR, so I am happy about that at least. So everybody, let's wrap this video up. Thank you for watching. This was a fun section, and if you have not been to downtown Riverside, this segment is not far from downtown Riverside. So come out here, do a ride, spend the day in downtown Riverside. They've got fun things to do. You could go to the Mission Inn. You could, especially right now, it's December, it's Christmas time, so the Mission Inn is really packed full of Christmas decorations and a really beautiful sight to see, especially in the evening. So if you were to hit like an afternoon ride out here and then go to the Mission Inn or the surrounding area right around then you're going to see some beautiful sights and have a lot of fun. It's great for the family. It's great for a date night. You could go to the Riverside Game Lab, which is right next to the Food Lab. So that's some additional entertainment that you could come out here and do. All right, well, thanks, and make sure to tune in next time.